Hey, we are back for TOD Eats number 8, and I didn't really do any planning for this. I have nothing written down. There's going to be no intro probably, so hopefully this will be a shorter episode. Well, I think the previous one was 24 minutes. little bit long in the time there. Now this is going to be yet another TV dinner from the Healthy Choice brand. These are the star players of the TV dinner area, at least as far as I'm concerned, and I'm not very experienced. These are the only ones I've tried recently, but so far they have been great. And not tonight, it's like 1 p.m. right now, so this is lunchtime. We are trying the beef Merlot flavor. So beef Merlot is a French word. Isn't Merlot wine? Now, I was looking at this when I got it out, and I probably shouldn't have got this. I don't like wine at all, even though I'm assuming you can't taste it. You know, if there was actually alcohol content in this, I'm assuming they wouldn't be able to sell it. But, you know, even with that being said, I don't like wine in cooking either. It's just, I had really bad experience with wine when I was younger. And I don't drink anymore, so I probably would have avoided this. But look at all the good stuff on there. So it has seasoned beef with potatoes, vegetables, and wine sauce. Now, the previous... That's what you call a fail. Sorry about that. The previous... I got the thing all dirty. Okay, we're back. The previous episodes where, I don't even remember what I was going to say, where we had a Healthy Choice dinner, there was somewhere where I wanted to go with this. Oh, the sauce. The sauces were quite subtle, were rather subtle. So hopefully the same thing will be said for today. Now, it's kind of funny because I love all of these veggies, and my meals currently, for a week straight, I have chicken, potatoes, beans, carrots. And I think there's also corn in my vegetable mixture, but it's kind of funny. It's like the same thing. And one of the previous episodes, I think it was the chicken and, no, not chicken broccoli. It was the one with pasta, the meatball marinara. For that episode, I think I'm also down a little bit. For that episode, I also had, okay, this is just like a total crap fest. For that episode, I had pasta for supper as well. So I doubled up the pasta for lunch, for breakfast, for lunch and for supper. And I'm razzled by me hitting the camera there. So, and so tonight we have the same thing, but for this, in this case, we have beef. Tonight I'm going to be having chicken. So all in all, it's going to be good. Let's just open it. No, let's not open it up. Let's look at the nutritional facts. I was looking at these. They look extremely reasonable, as is the case with all the previous versions of this brand. So it only has 19% of your sodium. So that's amazing. And so it's extremely reasonable. So, I mean, you could even eat 2 of these and it'd be fine. Have 2 of them. I don't care. I'm not your mother. So let's open it up. Got to make sure it's on camera there. Okay, I did not do it properly. All right, so here you go. Here's your stuff. A nice mélange. There's another French word for you. But yeah, Merlot, that's a kind, did I mention that that's a kind of wine? So, yeah, obviously it is, but L-O-T, in French, you have to pronounce that low. I was trying to think, what other French words have L-O-T at the end? I'm not sure. By the way, it's very dark again, just like last week. It's extremely dark and cloudy. This time I have the door open. Should I just show you, since the camera was all screwed up? This is what's behind me, or what I'm looking at. I use like the natural light. So there you go. Wow, amazing. Behind the scenes action of TOD Eats. But yeah, so here's your meal. So it's got your beef. It's got a few chunks of beef. It's got a few chunks of potatoes. It also has some peas, not some peas. It's got some beans and some carrots. I love all of those. I haven't had carrots in a while until I started going to, I used to have peas with my chicken, but then I switched to the mixed vegetables because I had a craving for carrots. I used to get carrots. I really like them cooked. That's my favorite, but I used to get baby carrots and I used to eat them cold. This was several years ago, probably maybe even 10 years ago, but I had a very bad experience. I was eating some baby carrots and a little tiny chunk of carrots, I just bit my tongue. I don't know what's going on today. A little tiny chunk of carrot got stuck in my throat and it took so long to get it out and it was irritating my throat and I was just coughing the whole time. And so obviously I'm a noob. I'm still, after 42 years, I still don't know how to use my mouth properly. So I think I'm just gonna cook it and we'll eat it and we'll see what happens. So I'll be right back. Is it razzled or frazzled? Bedazzled? Vajazzled? All right, we are back. And speaking about vajazzling, when I said that, it reminded me of, I saw this interview with Jennifer Love Hewitt when she was talking about doing vajazzling. Apparently that's when you bedazzle your, the vajay area. Anyway, we're a little off track here. Here's your food. Okay, so here's your YouTube thumbnail. I said thumbnail, I didn't say screenshot this time. Okay, that looks pretty good to me, doesn't it? Are my eyes good? Okay, let's try and get it back, the food back, so it doesn't all fall. Let's try it again. All right, there's your YouTube thumbnail. Okay, so I was while it was cooking, I was smelling it, and I was not interested in the smell because I could smell the sauce, and it gave me the wine vibe, which is why I shouldn't have got this, because it's got like a wine sauce. I'm not interested in wine sauces. However, with that being said, I'm sure it'll taste fine. It's just that smell really, puts me off. So, but it looks really good. The ingredients all look very nice. And so, I mean, the meat, like I love beef. Love myself some beef. I don't know how good it's gonna taste. It feels kind of hard, but we'll try it. Should I try a piece of beef first? By the way, I pre-cut the beans because I wanted to use my spoon. So after it was finished cooking, I cut up the beans into more reasonable pieces that I could spoon up with my spoon because they were like full beans. So the vegetable mixture that I get for my suppers, the beans are nice and short. So they're pre-cut. All right, so let's give it a test. I think I'll grab, I'll try and grab it like a nice bit of everything in one bite. Oh yeah, the meat's cooked perfectly. Everything's cooked perfectly. Every one of these flavors that I've got from the Healthy Choice, everything's been cooked absolutely perfectly. They clearly know what they're doing. Back in my day when I was a youngin', when, I guess, TV dinners have been around for a long time, right? But when I started eating them in high schoolish time, so mid-90s, they were not that great. They had their issues. But clearly they've fixed those issues. They know what they're doing. But yeah, the sauce, I'm not into the sauce. So that's really on me. It's not sort of their fault. I'm very picky, so. Yeah, I mean, it does taste good, but I am very hungry. Every time I record one of these videos, I'm always famished. I love beans. I think when I started getting into mixed vegetables, I was more interested in the carrots. I had a craving for carrots, I think. And then I had some of the beans and they just tasted perfect. So I'm all about the beans. One of these days I'll do a TOD Eats where I eat my usual suppers. When I get, desperate enough. Oh, it tastes so good though. It is really good. I just wish the sauce didn't have wine in it. Yeah, so when I was younger, my dad used to make wine. So there was always these like homemade bottles of wine in the basement. And I was a dumbass, teenager in high school. And what I used to do, I used to steal one of his bottles of wine. And I used to play hockey. So I don't know if you know what hockey socks look like. But they're very big. They're not just socks. They have to go over your shin pads. So they're very big, bulky, and they're thick. They have to go up to your thigh. And so I used to put the bottle in one of those socks and carry it in my bag so it wouldn't make any noise. And I just have to take another bite of food first. And then so one night I did that. I did this several times, and I don't know if he ever realized, but my sister did it too. She's a little younger than me. Don't try this at home, kids, but just have to have another bite. So one night I finished off one of those bottles of wine, and then someone also had like a thing of, I think it was tequila. It was either no, it was vodka. Someone had a thing of vodka, like I don't know what those are called, but a bottle of vodka, and I had a bunch of that too. And that's the drunkest I've ever been. I was literally stumbling. I was like passed out on someone's lawn, a random person's lawn, and they came out and they're like, I'm gonna call the cops. And then my friends, lifted me up. And this was back in the days when we would just drink and then wander the streets at night. But yeah, after that, I lost my taste for alcohol completely. And I don't drink anything. It was very good though. Very, very tasty. I was throwing up a lot too, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Oh yeah, this definitely hits the spot. I mean, I'm still eating it, so obviously the sauce is not offensive, in my opinion, so. It is tasty. There's just that tinge of wine in it that's rubbing me the wrong way. Yeah, like I can't even smell an alcoholic beverage without like wanting to gag. And when I got drunk like that, that was in 1998, so that was a long time ago. Oh God. Oh, I just ate my last piece of beef. I didn't realize. I like to save the beef for last, the meat for last. There's this big bug. I don't know what they are, but they're wandering in the house lately. They're these big beetles. It's scaling the door. Okay. So I think I just have like one bite left. Okay, well, another excellent meal from this brand, from the Healthy Choice brand. Oh, super satisfying. Tasted really good. Would I get it again? Yes, I would get it again, even though it has the wine sauce. It just tasted so good, so perfect. All right, so this is not the end of the Healthy Choice meals. There's still several flavors. I'm not sure how many more flavors there are, and I'm not sure what the flavors themselves are, but I know at the grocery store they have more flavors. So there's going to be more episodes of TV dinners. Now, I want to mention this before I end the video. The previous episode was another scones episode, and it was an absolute banger. I had a huge amount of fun, and it inspired me for even more scones episodes, because I had mentioned, I don't know if it was in that episode or in my vlog episode after, that I wanted to eat scones every single day because they were so good. And so it gave me an idea. There's still, I think, at least two, well, I think there are 3 more flavors of scones at that bakery, but one of them is pumpkin flavor. I do not want to have that because I don't care for pumpkin, but there's like a regular scone. And then there's one that has, like currants. I don't know. These are like basic scones though. So I think I'll try those. And then after that, there's going to be like a scone shootout. This is going to be the final round of scones. It's going to crown the winner. Because initially I thought it was going to be those triple chocolate scones was going to be top tier. You can't get better than that. However, after I had those fruity scones last week, they absolutely blew my mind, and it's quite possible that they might even eclipse the triple chocolate scones. So what I'm gonna do next week I think I'm gonna get cake. I'm gonna try and get cake, even if I have to spend $30. I'm gonna get cake because I keep saying I'm gonna get cake and I never get cake, but next week I'm gonna get cake. But eventually we're gonna have another scones episode, and then that will determine the top 3. I'm gonna choose my top 3 scones, and then I'm gonna get those 3 scones for a future video, and it's going to determine what the king scone is. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I will see you next time.